So you're probably thinking about moving to Oklahoma City. Here's the wild thing about OKC. Here, we take a lot of those "that'll never work here" ideas, we do them anyway. Somehow we make them work. For instance, a Ferris wheel rescued off the internet. We took what was once called a ditch with water and somehow turned it into an entertainment hotspot here in Oklahoma City. Olympic rowing and cowboy country, you get the idea. Somehow we've taken some pretty wild ideas and brought them to fruition in some surprising ways. So if you want some proof that OKC has a tendency to bet big and still somehow comes out on top, stick around, because I'm breaking down some of Oklahoma City's most ridiculous ideas that actually delivered. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? I'm Jonathan Knight, and on this channel, I talk about all things Oklahoma City and all of its surrounding suburbs. I'm excited you're here because today I'm taking you through some of Oklahoma City's most audacious projects that looked, frankly, pretty absurd on paper, but ultimately kind of changed how we experience OKC. And hopefully I can show you how these swings for the fences weren't just noise.
Yeah, okay.
Ended up delivering some of the coolest things that make Oklahoma City what it is today. But quickly, before we dive in, if you're thinking of moving to the Oklahoma City area, whether it's in the next few weeks or even a few months from now, listen guys, I would love the opportunity to help make a smooth move right here to OKC. So you're gonna find my contact information right down in the description below, so please feel free to shoot me a call, a text, or an email, or even better, click the link below to schedule a one-on-one video call with me, or you can simply scan the QR code on the screen so that we can have a discussion about how I can hopefully help you buy that perfect home right here in OKC. So maybe there's been a time in your life when you've thought, man, maybe I'll build my own, but let me check the internet first. But usually that's not how states do things. Well, here's a story about how that actually worked out in Oklahoma City's favor for something really cool, and we did exactly that. So if you've ever seen the Wheeler Ferris wheel here in OKC in pictures or videos, well, it was actually the original Pacific wheel from the Santa Monica Pier. This is actually true. At one point, this was an actual oceanfront icon, and what's funny is Oklahoma City came across this and acquired it by purchasing it on eBay. No lie. For $132,400, we had this shipped here to Oklahoma and rebuilt right along the Oklahoma River near downtown. Does that sound ridiculous? Absolutely. Does it provide a romantic skyline right along the river during a sunset right next to an OKC sign? Also absolutely. It's certainly become one of the most photogenic hangouts in the city, and definitely one of those show off the city spots you take friends from out of town. And that's why we call this area the Wheeler District. It's got its own residential community and retail, but it's also just kind of an iconic spot when thinking of OKC. And if you go to visit, what you'll love about it the most is just the overall vibe. I mean, they've got hammocks, they've got lots of places to hang out, grab coffee, go shopping, lawn games, food trucks, a lot of those sort of "are we really in Oklahoma" moments. And it's living proof that those ideas straight out of left field can honestly be a pretty good one for your city. So here in OKC around the 2000s, we basically took a ditch and turned it into Disneyland. Okay, that's dramatic, but this is a cool area of the city that you may have heard of. It's called Bricktown. I remember when this idea was originally proposed in the 90s, and honestly, there were a lot of eye rolls. And that's mainly because that area of downtown was pretty much nothing. A lot of it was just abandoned industrial area or just rundown businesses. Fast forward to today, and it's one of the most popular entertainment districts here in OKC with tons of restaurants. They've even got a water taxi. It was actually opened in 1999 and was really developing into the early 2000s, but I would say it's certainly one of OKC's signature attractions and probably something even you've heard of if you've never been here. So if you're looking for date nights or family nights, this will be probably on your list. Pro tip, if you get the chance to go a couple times, I would take the first time maybe on the water taxi and just see the views, but I would come back and check it out on foot so you could check out all the restaurants and bars and live music. But while you're down there, just remember at one point this was just an eye-roll inducing ditch with some water in it. Bricktown's really come a long way. There was one point in my life where people would have laughed at the idea of Oklahoma City having an NBA team, and Oklahoma City said, "Hold my beer," or sweet tea. And really, the story of Oklahoma City even getting to a position to get the OKC Thunder, you kind of have to go back to the unfortunate event of Hurricane Katrina. After Katrina, the New Orleans Hornets were displaced, and Oklahoma City was one of the cities that stepped up and said, "We'll host them." And honestly, to everyone's surprise, we supported them. I remember at the time how quickly Oklahoma City just rallied around the Hornets to support them. And we all kind of looked around and thought, damn, can we really do this? Now, obviously, there was a whole lot more to it than that, but fast forward to today, and we now have an NBA championship team, which is wild for me to say out loud. And beyond that, as a city, we just committed to this pretty wild $900 million arena that guarantees the OKC Thunder a home here for at least until the 2050s. And just to think that at one point the NBA asked, "Can you guys support a team in OKC?" But now the question is, Can you even get a seat? Now, quick little sidebar, if you find yourself walking away from this video thinking, man, I wish I just had a little more resources to learn about OKC, well, good news, I've just created a really comprehensive relocation guide, and I'd love to give it to you for free. So if you're interested in having a copy, just put Move OKC in the comments and I'll send it right over to you. Okay, Oklahoma, famous for kind people, big storms, steaks, Olympic rowing. Okay, be honest, you didn't see that one coming. Well, over the last 10 years, Oklahoma City has converted a once muddy river corridor to the Boathouse District. And in the Boathouse District, you can check out whitewater rapids. They even have surfing. They've got this crazy jungle gym in the sky. But aside from all that, it's the official Olympic and Paralympic site for rowing, canoeing, and kayaking. I mean, that's a pretty quick transformation from wait, what? To hell yeah. Definitely one of the easiest places to impress out-of-towners by taking them to a very unique spot here in OKC. So if you've never been here before, maybe plan a day that looks a little bit like this. Coffee at sunrise on the river trail, maybe a little kayaking before lunch, and then while you're down there, grab lunch with the skyline behind you and I don't know, pretend your forearms don't hurt. All right, so I'm told in the 70s, OKC built some tunnels to help people get out of the summer heat. I think it was supposed to be kind of equal parts futuristic and I don't want to sweat through my entire suit, but the idea was to get from office building to office building downtown. But this kind of faded over time, but as of relatively recently has gotten a neon lit glow up with color themed passages and artful lighting. Today it runs roughly a mile under about 20 blocks connecting garages to different office buildings and kind of has that secret passage vibe. So if you ever want to feel like you unlocked a cheat code to the city, this is kind of it. Definitely a spot you could take out of towners and pop up some random exit like you're some sort of city wizard. All right, what is more ridiculous than proposing America's tallest tower in Oklahoma City? Nothing. That's actually kind of a trick question. It's pretty ridiculous. But proposing it and actually getting some traction, I'm listening. The boardwalk at Bricktown plan includes the Legends Tower, which is slated to be about 1,907 feet, which is a nod to statehood. It's actually the year we became a state. And at this point, we've actually got city approvals in place and developers are saying we're fully funded for phase 1 and prepping to start. When will it actually finish exactly as rendered? I mean, time will tell. Seems like every time we get through another one of these different hurdles, there's somebody out here saying that's never gonna happen. But I've found we've been saying that a lot here in Oklahoma City and somehow we've made those things happen. But let's be clear, the audacity alone has people from New York to LA saying, wait, Oklahoma City? And frankly, that's the point. And for a little perspective, that would leap over the One World Trade Center and actually be more than double our current tallest building, the Devon Tower. At an absolute minimum, the construction ride here in OKC is going to be one to watch. But I think it'll be interesting to see how it potentially changes the vibe in downtown OKC by the time it's complete, but I guess time will tell. Now, speaking of vibe, if you're curious what part of the OKC Metro fits you and your family's vibe the best, I definitely recommend following me over to this video right here. And as always, guys, until next time, I certainly hope to okay. See you soon. See ya. Oh man, I think I'm gonna go get some Brahms. Wait, is this thing still on?